After a few days of traveling, exploring and stuff like that, I needed a chill day. And while I'm in Ciudad del Este, it's a crazy place. One of the busiest places in South America I've been to. But today's a Sunday. And when you go around South America, Sundays is usually a ghost town wherever you are. So I'm going to head towards the Friendship Bridge where I was the other day, where I had so many people, just to see what it's like on a day of rest. So it is a 30-minute walk to get down there. I've just left the hostel, which is just behind me, and already I'm seeing the traffic in front of me going, it's not as busy as it was yesterday. And even this morning when I woke up, I decided that I was going to go for a 5-kilometer run. So I ran around the streets, hardly any traffic, any people, and it was a little bit bliss. And usually I would go to a park. However, the parks around here are not good. So one of the guys in the hostel, Julian, the German guy, who you met in the last video, he went to a couple of parks around here. They're mainly how I describe, just a wooded area without a path. However, he did find a park that had a path going through it, but he needed to have a permit to go in. So he was a bit confused, so I'm not even going to bother trying to get in. But I have extended in the hostel for 2 more nights, mainly because it's cheap and my budget has hit a really low figure at the moment. It's 60,000 a night to stay there, and that is not the booking.com price, that is cash in hand to the owner. So because of the cheapness, because of the food in the supermarkets being cheaper, 2 extra days of staying. And what I'll do is on the way back, I'll go into the hostel and show you exactly what I'm paying for. And it's a very sociable place. Last night, there was a few of us all sat around the social area, just chatting. It was really cool. Now, there's not really a path going down here, so I might cross this bridge to get to the other side. So I'm on the bridge, and usually this road, for the last 3 nights I've been here during the day, is bumper to bumper. So already I'm going, it's quieter, but not ghost town quiet. So I'm just coming down the stairs, and I've just seen this little beauty. It's a caterpillar. It's colourful. So I've just had to Google to find out exactly what it is. And it's probably a giant sphinx moth hawk. And it's got a snake or fake snake eye at the front of it. And I don't want to pick it up because it's probably a bit poisonous. Go on, turn around just for me. That is so fascinating. I mean, look at the end. It doesn't move a lot, does it? But yeah, I would be tempted to put it into one of the trees up there, but yeah. It's probably got like pricks on its skin to stop me or any other human from picking it up. Wildlife on a bridge. So I have been patient waiting for it to move, and it's turned around a little bit. I feel like David Attenborough. So across the bridge, this road is a lot quieter. In fact, there's hardly anybody around. Now the weather the last 2 days has been grey, been raining, been miserable. I've had my hoodie on for the last 2 days because it's been cold, and today there is blue skies between the greyness. So there is a little bit of sunshine trying to come through every now and again, which is why I'm not wearing a hoodie. I'm being brave and accepting the cold and shorts and flip-flops. I don't care. I'm a backpacker. But at least I know it's not going to rain. Last night in the hostel there was a few Argentinians and Paraguayans that demanded extra blankets for their beds, and the owner went, "Do you want one?" And I went, "No, I'm English, I can take it." But I still had a good night's sleep. So I've just come off the main road that heads towards the Friendship Bridge, and it's only because I saw on the map this lake here, and this is Lago de la República. And most South American cities will have a big lake surrounded by a park, but this place doesn't really seem to have a park around it. There's a little bit of a park over there and a theme park right in the corner, right the other side. But I mean, there are still people using it to walk around, and people been on bikes passing it. But it just feels like when they had urban development, when they decided, right, we need to start building stuff, parks wasn't really on their agenda. It was just shops down there. And this is where it starts getting a bit busier. So over there you've got the Oasis Plaza shopping. That looks really brand new. There's loads of music coming out of it. Well, I say it's a bit busy. No, it's not. Everything's shut. I'm actually quite shocked at how quiet it is compared to what I saw the other day. There was loads of people here. Everything was open. It was crazy. And now it does feel like a Sunday. So I'm nearly at the Friendship Bridge. You can see in the distance the customs, and yeah, it's a lot quieter, even though you can still see the people around. There is a bit of a traffic jam down the bottom. That's just people going back to Brazil, but not as crazy as the other day, but not exactly a ghost town neither. So I might be able to get on the Friendship Bridge and just enjoy it this time without people. So the Friendship Bridge is just over there. There's hardly, well, there is people around, but it's not as bad as it was. In fact, I'm tempted to go for a coffee. So that's it there. I mean, there's not as much honking of horns. It feels respectable for a Sunday. So I guess if you're going to come to Ciudad del Este to do some shopping, Sunday's the day, because it is just quieter. I mean, yeah, this is the customs. This is leading on to the Friendship Bridge. But the amount of people is not as crazy. Yeah, still traffic crazy. And I'll admit that I'm not as tense as I was the last time I was here 2 days ago, with just people barging into you left, right and centre. And this is the Friendship Bridge. I mean, it looks like there's lots of people crossing, but it's not that many compared to the other day. There you go. I'm going to go back, but I'm going to head to a coffee shop, if there is one, and just have a cheap coffee, because I've had some donations to my Buy Me a Coffee page, and for this I need to get my phone out. So I have to have a big thank you to Jason Evans. Thank you for your donation. Michael Benson, Chris P. There are others who just don't put their names down, so I don't know who they are. But anyone who's donated, thank you very much. And if you want to donate to my Buy Me a Coffee page that helps me travel, then the link is in the description. Now, one of the things that they keep asking me in the comments is go to Iguazu Falls. And I've explained in the past couple of weeks, I can't afford it. I really can't afford it. My budget has got so bad that the donations are actually really helping. And there's the beeping of the horns. And the only reason I'm not going is because of the fact I've been there before, 10 years ago. The last time I came to Argentina. And here's a picture of me from then, standing in front of Iguazu Falls. This is me 10 years younger. This is me looking about 25 years old. Well, give or take. But this was from the Argentinian side. I have been told that the Brazilian side is a bit cheaper. I might have a look into it from the Brazilian side. But again, I've still got about 4 weeks left to do. I've still got so many other places to see. But I am allowed myself a cheap coffee for today, mainly because I've not spent any money yet. I went to the supermarket last night. I bought a lot of pasta, a lot of tuna, and that was going to see me for last night and tonight. Plenty of free water in the hostel, so a coffee's needed. So I've walked back. I didn't have any coffee because all the cheap places were closed. Only the expensive ones were open. I thought I could survive a day without coffee. But I'm back at the bridge, which I'm now calling the Caterpillar Bridge. But I thought, because it's lunchtime, I'm going to get some local empanadas. Why not? They'll be cheap here. Hola! Gracias. I've got 2 of them. No idea what flavour they are. They're just cooked on the side of the road. I might just take a little step, try one out. And I've just discovered my caterpillar friend is no longer here. Oh no. So these have cost, for 2 of them, 10,000. Just meat and egg. Ooh, that's fresh. That's nice. Wow, that was a bit of a big mouthful. The hostel is only about a 5-minute walk, so they are hot. So I'm going to go across and finish this off there and show you the hostel where I'm staying. Hummingbird Hostel is where I'm staying. You get in via the garage door, which I'm now closing. And it looks pretty empty, because I think most people are out and about. So this is like a little common area when it's raining. This is where we were last night. And there's a kitchen area down there. And the reason it's called the Hummingbird Hostel is because there's a lot of hummingbirds around. There's just one there. And the owner does feed them. Got various bird feeders up there. How close can I get? Wow. Bathroom and toilet through there, and this is where I'm sleeping. Turn the light on. And it is a 4-man bunk. I think I'm in it by myself tonight. There's all my rubbish down there. Food in the corner from the supermarket last night. It's basic, it's cheap, and it's just what I want. And like I said, it's sociable. Plenty of people coming here. So that was a Sunday in Ciudad del Este. Proves that Sunday can be a bit more quieter, but still a bit madness, but not as bad as 2 days ago. And if you've enjoyed this little video, then all you got to do is press that like button. Tomorrow, what am I doing? I don't know, but I'm sure it's going to be fantastic. So all you got to do is subscribe to find out. But until the next time, I've got food to eat. Bye bye for now.